Good morning, America. How are you? I'm Ramblin Deano. Welcome to Coffee and a Song. I'm going to spend the next couple minutes talking about... there's Trish. Good. My reassuring good morning from Trish. Hey, I'm going to... First, I want to talk today about tonight's show, since the Waco Brothers have a huge history in Chicago, and tonight's show is to benefit the Hideout, one of the greatest clubs to have ever existed in Chicago. I just want to really kind of put the plea out there for you all to do your best to share this event and get as many people on board as we can. Waco Brothers have been playing the Hideout basically since its ownership took over 20 some years ago, and it's always been home to us, and we've done a lot of great shows together. And since I have a big Illinois following because of my history in the Waco Brothers, I really have high hopes for tonight's show. Something that went a little haywire due to just lack of communication on both ends was I was not able to get my act together and have this broadcast from the Hideout site, as they do most of their live streams. So it will be from my site. So just so in case you're tuning in to that. That's where to find it, and I'll try and communicate that clearly throughout the day and all that. So please come to tonight's show. I'll be doing songs from the Waco Brothers album Freedom and Weep, and a bunch of others, and look forward to seeing you there tonight. Things have been going really great so far with these shows. I mean, I got reports back from the folks in Metuchen that their tip jar did very well, and I'm hoping that the Fat Fish last night did just as well. You folks have been great. I'm still offering those tickets and the commemorative poster. I know that a couple shows are in the books right now, but they are available to watch on my page. And, hey, the idea is really just to give $5 a piece or $10 a piece to each of these venues. It's not really like a ticket to 6 shows. That's just a construct, if you will. I'm still trying to collect money on my end, but I've done what I think is pretty great so far for a guy sitting in his basement in Wisconsin. So thank you all for your generous donations there. Hey, I'm looking kind of all American here. The inspiration for this was the first song that I'm going to play for you, which is called True Patriots, and it's from the Ramblin Deano and His Enablers LP, which you can album, which you can get on my website. You can download it for free, or you can listen to it there for free. It's also available to stream in all the usual places, so it's pretty easily available. All the songs are up on YouTube. I mean, it's anywhere you want to look for that, you can find it. And so the song stemmed from me really thinking in these fractured political times about the concept of patriotism and what that means. And it's always been a little dumbfounding to me, head scratching, when people talk about a manner like America is the greatest country on earth, kind of. Everyone wants to come here. America's the greatest. We're number one, kind of thing. Well, I suppose there's always, examples of pride in different regions that you come from, or country being just a big region, but without getting too deep into it, you really have to think about the notion of what would make this place greater than any other place on earth. Well, it's the people that are here, and we're the ones who make whatever this place is what it is. And it seemed to me like a whole lot of the folks that are running around wearing American flag shorts don't really like a whole lot of the other people here. So that to me is not patriotism, and that was kind of the jumping off point for this song. Who are the true patriots? Can anybody tell me? Who are the real Americans who will save this land? Well, they're headed down to Discount Town in the super heavy duty to buy some ammunition and some short pants made of flags. Well, a patriot is a working man, lives out in the heartland. Since the mill went belly up, he's been working at the come and go. God helps those that help themselves. He don't want to pay no taxes. To put nuggets on the table for some lazy so-and-so. American is scared. They're coming for his bounty. A big screen in the basement plays the American Ninja Show. Holed up in his castle, they're coming for his freedom. He don't like no politicians, so he votes for the CEO. Now any true patriot knows what's wrong with this country. Any real American can see the enemy. Strange and the stranger, I refuse consideration. America's got talent, but nobody looks like me. So where are the true patriots? Can anybody tell me? Who are the real Americans who will save this land? Well, they're headed down to Discount Town in the super heavy duty to buy some ammunition and some short pants made of flag. The True Patriots. I'm going to have a little sip of my coffee here. Every time I play those songs that I recorded with my pals Jeff and Tammany, it just makes me miss my pals Jeff and Tammany. Aw. So here's another ditty off that record that I wrote around the time of the Kavanaugh confirmation hearings, and it's called "I Believe Her," and I think it's fairly self-explanatory. Etched in memory, a tattoo of the pain. The fine lines might soften, but it never goes away. And when you feel the trigger, when it all spills out, that's when the weight of the world comes from the top down. She says, believe me, if nothing else, just believe me. She says, believe me, if nothing else, just believe me. From the uncle who turned ugly when your parents weren't there, to the muscle car parties, the backseat affairs, the store manager's hands in a hidden back room. Don't you ever say a word, don't you ever make a move. She says, believe me, for heaven's sake, just believe me. She says, believe me, for heaven's sake, just believe me. Sometimes it feels eternal, the attacks and the mistrust. And every brave storyteller gets her face pushed in the mud. When the plate shifts slightly, quiet becomes a riot. For the mothers and the daughters and the sisters and the wives. They say, believe me, things are gonna change, believe me. They say, believe me, they already have, believe me. And I believe her, I believe her. Yeah, I believe her, I believe her. I have a strange relationship with that song, and that, being an old, cynical punk rocker, it's about as earnest a song as I have ever written, and so that just instinctively makes me feel a little uncomfortable, and also the fact that I'm speaking to women's issues kind of makes me feel a little uncomfortable. I have been assured by many women in my in my life that it's a good thing that men are talking about these things, but but it's still like every time the sort of, punk rocker in me that was always in this cynical environment where you weren't supposed to actually say what you really thought, and we're supposed to cloud everything in these in-jokes and sarcasm, has a tough time spitting out super earnest material like that. But there it is, and it's interesting to think about that issue, which really, the thought that just occurred to me is, a comment I made as all of the protests about George Floyd have been going on is that black people at this point must be so tired of seeing Americans just shocked that black people are being discriminated against, and women must feel the same way. That's just when every big event that makes this discrimination enter the public discussion again happens, it's as if like we're all shocked that this exists, and we should know that it's existed forever, and it's time to get rid of it. So, hey, I'm gonna lighten the mood a little bit here, but I gotta make a couple adjustments here. Okay, this song deserves more reverb and an exciting backdrop. Recently, I wrote this song quite a while ago, and then I became aware that my friend Tawny Newsom was selected to be in a show with Steve Carell called Space Force. And I sent an email to her with this song and said, hey, funny coincidence, I'm writing about the same thing that your show is a parody of, and she seemed to get a kick out of it. I haven't seen her in person since then because I guess she's, out in Hollywood, but I haven't had a chance to watch the show yet. Looking forward to that, though, and hooray, Tawny. All right, Space Force. Freedom into the great expanse. Space Force. Space Force. Should you get tired of the atmosphere as we speed through space, the country disappears. For the brave men and women of the force you see are preserving the vacuum for democracy. we'll need to construct a great space wall to protect the jobs of our American friends from the little green illegal aliens. Space Force. Space Force. Space Force. Space Force. There you have it. Space Force. The third of 3 songs from the Ramblin Deano and His Enablers album. Hey, thanks for joining me. Please, please, please come out tonight at 7 p.m. Central to watch my show, which all proceeds go to the Hideout. My pandemic relief tour has been going pretty good so far, and I think tonight's show just might be really over the top in terms of participation if we can just let all the fans of that venue know as much as we can. Again, as always, I thank you for being here. I thank you for putting tips in my tip jar and for your subscriptions. And I look forward to this every morning. Just your participation is great. And as I always say, stay safe, stay sane, stay home if you can, stay healthy, all of the stays. And I love you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.